I'm Joe Duffy, America's only Grandmaster Sports Handicapper. Oh my goodness, we continue to crush the bookmakers. We've got 5 college football wise guy plays are up for Saturday. 4 majors are up. Yep, folks, 9 winners in all. Oh, wait until you see the intel. It will absolutely blow your mind. We always give you the reasons. If you've never gotten our plays before, it is time to begin the rest of your gambling life. You will not believe what you read when you click. We exploit a team that has completely changed their pace, and the odds makers clearly have not caught up. Also, quite frankly, the computer has been so kind to us in previous years, we've got to ride some seriously highly corroborated metrics. That's why we are 7-2 with wise guy plays recently and winning in every single solitary sport, and we measure success by the season, the decade, and the quarter century. Georgia Southern and MTSU were already undefeated in college football this week. Yes, all football sides combined, preseason through postseason, going all the way back to last year, college and the NFL, 148 and 111. That's all we do is win. If winning's not everything to you, then you can certainly look elsewhere, and we thank you for keeping the bookmakers in business for us. If you demand the best of everything, we've got the choice that pro gamblers have been making since June 1st, 1988. Joe Duffy's picks, going back to the Score Phone days, begin the rest of your gambling life as a winner with 9 winning picks for Saturday in college football. Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Now, here is your free pick for today. It is to go with Baylor, minus the 21.5 against Iowa State. Long before newbie handicappers thought they discovered some sweat barometer, quote-unquote, we've been using the same metrics for decades, but we called it by the less sexy name of margin of cover. And that measures how far behind a team the odds makers are. Baylor, again, is 3-0 against the spread, but more importantly, by an average margin of victory spread-wise, that is, by 13 points per game. That's the 11th best in the nation, and they are 6th best over the last 2 years combined. Those of you who have been with us since our Score Phone days of the 1980s know we've always used cutting-edge software to win for you. College football has been the exception to the rule. It is the one sport in which not only do favorites do well, but even big favorites do, under certain circumstances. In this case, favorites of 21 or more off of a bye week since 2005 are 65 and 28. If that number is between 21.5 and 32, and they're off of a bye, it's 44 and 13. Of course, the Bears, they beat Iowa State last year 71-7. Well, maybe the gap isn't quite as wide this year, but sure. A lot of you might say, hey, Iowa State, they've given up only 36 points the last 6 quarters. But we think that's a double-edged sword, because even the most optimistic Cyclones fan know that that's not going to hold up today. So how will this very young secondary react once the Baylor offense shows them that the king at defense of Iowa State wears no clothes? There's going to be a big letdown here once Iowa State starts giving up points. State currently ranks in the bottom of passing, rushing, and points allowed, and their straight-up record, very deceptive, much better than the key metrics. Baylor, meanwhile, leads the Pac-12 in scoring, passing, rushing, total offense, as well as rush defense, scoring defense, and ranks 2nd in total defense. Now, keep in mind, they lost Bryce Petty for a game, but the Bears still lead the nation in total offense and scoring offense, both by substantial margins. Now Petty is back. He's going to be joined by Antoine Goodley and Carrie Coleman. So Iowa State's offense is very pedestrian. How are they possibly going to stay close in such an up-tempo game? 3 touchdowns is really not a lot. Iowa State, they've had 1 player named to the preseason All-Big 12 team. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Baylor had 7 players named to the preseason All-Big 12, including, of course, Bryce Petty, who is the Offensive Player of the Year. This is a mismatch. It's going to be a big-time rout. Yeah, guys, college football is the one sport we are not hesitant to lay big favorites. We've won so often laying big favorites. Of course, when we take an underdog as well. But anyway, get the loaded gun. The single strongest play in the handicapping industry is a wise guy play from Joe Duffy's picks. You've got 5 wise guy plays for today. 4 major plays from the greatest handicapper of all time, winning publicly since the Score Phone days of 1988. Joe Duffy's picks at www.offshoreinsiders.com.